Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sim Racing Alliance. It's season 13. We are starting out tonight strong.
As they do go side by side. It is the formation lap almost done. They will look, all eyes to the lights. That's going to be an amazing start.
And we have a crash in turn one already. What's going on?
On to the bus stop straight. Goes for it around the outside.
More contact behind. That is huge. A couple of gainers in that one.
She's given it everything. She has to. I'm not sure that it's over yet, though.
This is the last opportunity. We're off and away for SRA.
Oh, welcome, everybody. Damn, I forgot to unmute myself. Wait, no, hold on. I did unmute myself. Just kidding, everybody. But welcome, everybody. This is SRA, the GT3 Team Series, Division 5, Round 4. We're here at Spa. Hope everybody's doing all right. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're from. So today with me in the booth, I got Mr. Matt Anderson, the lovely Matt himself. How you doing, buddy?
Doing awesome, Henry. Ready for another wonderful day at Spa in Belgium. One of my favorites.
It should be a good one. Let's get you the story for what's going on for today. Well, let's get you what's been taking place so far. So round one, we kicked off at Indianapolis. It was a hot race. We saw a crash in turn one right after the start, right? Mac Morgan took the win for that round. There was talk about the Ferrari 296 being a strong car in this division. Neil Leader won the silver division in the first race, and then the Morgan brothers, Trey and Mac, locked out the front row and were strategizing as teammates. So we also heard from Trey Morgan after the race, who finished P6 despite the incident, and then Neil Leader about his unexpected silver victory.
Yes, indeed. Round two took us to the Circuit of the Americas, COTA, for a nighttime race. The qualifying temperature was around 16 to 17 degrees Celsius. COTA is known for its significant elevation changes and tricky S-curves, as well as its finicky track limits. Julian Al secured the gold victory with a dominant performance, gaining a significant lead early on. Edward Ryan won the silver division even after mistakenly racing the first 40 minutes in the wrong engine map. That will happen. We saw some significant movers in this race, including Josh Parker, who gained 22 positions. Round three brought us to Snetterton, a track known for its deceptive corners and unforgiving grass runoff. The broadcast had some technical difficulties at the start. That was me, everybody. We did our best. Chad took the win in his first ever SRA race, which was amazing, his first ever race. And he immediately got moved up to Division 4, by the way. Starting from pole, Edward Ryan also took the silver victory in this round. We saw a significant number of position changes throughout the race, with some drivers gaining over 20 positions after pit stops, coming in for that undercut that really worked out for him. Notably, after this third race, SRA does a reclassification of the drivers, potentially moving some silver drivers up to gold, which they did. And as I mentioned, Chad ended up going up to Division 4, as well as the Morgan brothers.
Yeah, so that was pretty much it. To sum it up, we've had 3 exciting races, and they have been really eventful to start off the season for this 14th season of SRA in Division 5, with different winners each round and some standout performances from both gold and silver drivers. Indianapolis was hot. It was an early incident. COTA was a challenging night race with the dominant gold win and a silver overcoming a major mistake. And then Snetterton had broadcast hiccups, but delivered a clean race with a debut winner and a silver repeat. Keep an eye out for how reclassification might shake things up for the rest of the season, and especially this round at Spa. But with that going on, who is your favorite to win tonight? Let us know in the chat on YouTube.
Please do.
Who you guys think is your favorite?
And can I make a note here?
Yes, sir.
last week was not a clean race. if you've looked at the penalty sheet for Division 5 for last week, it was lengthy and painful. So a lot of penalty points were handed out after last week's race. Yes, there were broadcast hiccups. Once again, that was my fault. Thank you again, everyone, for bearing with me. But I'm curious. I didn't look again at the cheat sheet on the penalties to see if we're going to have any quali bans or pit lane starts. I'm going to have to look that up for us.
Yeah, you know what? Taking a look at it right now for Division 5, there are a lot of tickets in there, but I'm gonna have to cipher through it in a little bit. But before we do that, I'm gonna take you guys to the calendar because we're gonna take a look at where we're at and where we're going. So, like I said, this is round 4. We're at Spa. Should be a nice dry daytime race for us, and then round 5, which is going to be, I believe, next week. Yeah, 2 weeks actually. I'm sorry. That's going to be at the Hungaro Ring, and that's going to be a wet time race. Round 6 is going to be at the Red Bull Ring, and then round 7 is going to be at Barcelona. Looks like it's going to be the mixed condition race there, and then round
variable
8
condition.
Yeah, variable. It's going to be fun. And then round 8 is going to be out in Imola. So that's that. And then let's take a look at the track. So the track is Spa Francorchamps, or I'm just going to call it Spa because it's easier. Anyways, it's in Belgium. It's in Belgium. It's 7 kilometers long, or for us Americans, it's 4.3 miles. It's got about 20 turns. It's the race time is going to be about 60 minutes today with the pit window of 58 minutes. We got 1 mandatory tire change with no refueling. The weather should be dry. The ambient's going to be about 24. Track temp's going to be about 24 as well. Qualifying is going to be, the first out is going to be the silvers from the 20-minute mark to the 10-minute mark. And then from the 10-minute mark on, it's going to be the gold drivers. The in-game time for qualifying is going to be 6 p.m. And then the race time for in-game is going to be 8 p.m. So it should be a good mixture of stuff. The lap record for sim racing was held by a GT3 sim. It was a 2:15, around a 2:15. And then a couple key facts about the track. The nickname it got was the roller coaster of the Ardennes. It was used in F1, the WEC 24-hour Spa, and then the GT World Challenge. Famous corners around here is going to be Rouge, Radion, Puhan, Blanchimont, and then Bus Stop. A couple fun facts about Spa. The original layout was about 14 kilometers, and it ran through actual villages. Sector 2 demands a commitment. Fuhan and campus are high risk, high reward. And then drivers often run low downforce for speed, sacrificing corner stability. So turn 1 is going to be La Source, and then obviously turn 2, the unnamed kink. And then you got turn 3, which is a Rouge. Turn 4 is still a Rouge, but for some reason ACC lists it as a separate corner. Turn 5 is Radion. Then we got turn 6. It's called the Camel Straight, and then T7 is Lacombe. And then T8 is Malmedy, and then T9 is Brussels. Turn 10 is No Name, and then turn 11 is Puan, and then turn 12 is the Exit Kink. Turn 13 is Campus Right, and then you got Campus Left for turn 14. Turn 15 is Stavelo, and then Stavelo, and then turn 16 is Courbe Paul for Air. Turn 17 is Blanchimont, and then turn 18 is Exit Kink. Turn 19 is Bus Stop, and then the turn 20 is the exit of the bus stop. And for a couple driver insights and stuff like that, we're gonna kick it off over to Matt.
Awesome. Let's see here, driver insights. I've got driver insights, I swear. Or I can just talk about it. Let's see here.
Yeah, you can. Tell us about how you take on Spa.
I probably have more time on Spa than any other track, I think. I love this course, including back to the 60s version when it really went through the different towns. This has just always been kind of a favorite of mine. It is a beautiful, a difficult, a unfortunately deadly track. It has a long history of a lot of triumph and tragedy. I know that it is not everyone's favorite. As you know, we all have our tracks we love and tracks we don't. It can be maddening to get this track correct. You have to be so brave going through Eau Rouge and Rayon, but it'll jump up and bite you in a minute and instant, and then you're off track. So and there are other corners that'll do the same. Pouan, No Name. You have to be so brave into these corners. The other one that I'd want to mention that we'll probably see track limits on would be Courbe Paul Ferrer, where you really have to dive in, and the traction's there, and suddenly it's not there, and you kind of go off and you have to adjust. So really excited to be seeing the racing here tonight. Some of our fast drivers, as I'm looking at the hot laps list after the reclassification that we have, for Division 5, Roger Rodriguez has put down the fastest hot lap time during the practice during last week of a 2:18.597. Anything sub 2:19 here is, in my opinion, pretty fast. I can't do it sub 2:19, and I'm in Division 4, so that's a pretty good time. Followed by Shane Lewis, who is a 2:19.1. Ramon Lorenzo in a 2:19.3, Riley Greer 2:19 almost 4, John Baham with a 2:19.4. Now those are your hot lap times. Your hot stints, Ramon Lorenzo actually has the lowest time at a 2:20 flat for a 3-lap stint. This is much more indicative of your race pace. John Baham with a 2:26, so 0.6 of a second behind that, and a Finn Jen just a 10th behind that with 2:27. So we've got some pretty good pace here in D5, and we should see some interesting racing, Henry.
It should be good. So, and then the next thing I'm going to take you to is going to be some driver standings here. So let's go to the driver standings right now. And if we got some top 5 gold drivers right now, we got Fernando that's up in P1 with 152 points. We got Edward Ryan, it's got 151, so he's a point down. Neil Leaders got 145 in P3. Then we got Brad Garman, he's got 136 with in 4th place. 5th place is Finjen, he's got 135. Then you got Cliff Heyman with 125, Aaron Kovac. Then Jan Rodriguez, Julian Al in 9th, Shane Lewis in 10th, Riley Guerrero in 11th, Andrew in P12th, and then Roger in P13th, Alan Lung in 14th, Corey Mummery, then Corey Colt, Stephen Pellerin, Connor Farrell, Roger Dismukes, Michael Santos, Rob Warren, Ryan Clark, Anthony Lombardo, Matt Stearns, Cameron Beeson, and Ramon Lorenzo. And then you got Cesare, Casey Rich, Brian Banks, Dan Thibodeau, Emil, Jeff, Brad, Zach Watt, Matt Moon, Nolan Witt, Viana Ma, Mark Allen, Richard Mack, Robert Lacey, our another broadcast buddy that we streamed with last season.
That's right.
Let's go, buddy. Go get him. And then
that's right. Go get him, Robert.
T Resonance. And then we got John Bam, Louis Galvez, Josh Parker, Alex Donaldson, Best. And then we got Rowan, Bam. And then for the team standings. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead,
before
sir.
we leave this, I want to mention something here. I just happen to notice that John Bam here in 42nd points wise, but I'd said his name a couple times. He's 5th fastest on the hot laps, and 2nd for the hot stint. And Ramon Lorenzo, you'd mentioned him on the previous page, 26th in points. Yeah, he's got the fastest lap. No, I'm sorry, he's got the 3rd fastest lap and the fastest stint. So even though the both of them are down in points a little bit, if their pace holds and they can have a clean race, we should definitely see them pop up the standings.
Should be good. Should be good. And then if you're playing in the SRA fantasy, where you get to pick the driver and then see who's got points, you got a lot of good names out there still that need to get picked up. Then we got the team standings. I'll let you take over the team standings, Matt.
I just want to mention that it looks like the servers are up as I'm going into that.
Ooh.
So for the GT3 Team Series Season 14 Division 5, for the team right now, first place is G5 Racing with Riley Greer and Finn Jen in the BMW M4. Second is Plan E Racing, La Scaloneta, Fernando Catoria, and Cesar Pizzuto in the Ferrari 296. 3, the Astons, Andrew Duongbonglio and Stephen Pellerin in the AMR Vantage GT3, what I'm driving this season. Good choice.
Nice.
Number 4, champion. Yeah, I'm liking that. Fosley turned me onto it, and yeah, I like it a lot. Number 4, Champion Motorsports. Return of the, I'm sure there's something. Return of the Jedi? Yeah, Return of the Jedi. Michael Santos and Shane Lewis in the McLaren. Number 5, the Italian Job, Corey Mummery and Ryan Clark in the Ferrari 296. They are closely followed by 6th place right now with Mid-Pack Mafia, Cliff Hemian and Casey Rich in the Porsche. So to round it out, Potato Performance, Comic Racing Bullet Racers, Baseline Motorin Work, and 10th Black Flag Racing also in a Porsche.
Yeah, and just a little bit just before we send it off to the sponsor ad, just a couple storylines for you guys to check out. Julian, Al, Fernando, Edward, Ryan have all traded wins. So this is basically anybody's title still. Silver class battle between, I believe it was Andrew and Lung is razor tight as well. So 107 to 105 with Alan, Lung, and Andrew. That's the silver fight. And then for G5 Racing, in regards to team racing, G5 Racing is leading all the teams, but Plan E and the Tones are right behind. So should be a pretty good fight to watch for. So watch for Fernando versus Edward, and then versus Leader, and then Andrew versus Long for silvers. And obviously the G5 Racing peeps are under pressure. Yeah. Well, let's send it off to the ads and we'll be right back.
A huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga, a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favourite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high-quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. Armamentario, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. AT3D Sim Shop. Upgrade your sim racing experience today with premium 3D printed accessories featuring precision crafted magnetic shifters, sleek cable management solutions, versatile stream deck mounts, and immersive dashboard displays. Their innovative designs, enhance performance and style, elevate every lap with top-tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. Go Setups, premium esports setups for everybody. Use our affiliate link on our Discord and take your drive to the next level. Castle and Cauldron, a home-based crafting business specializing in handmade Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, and Fairy World collectibles. Magic wands, potions, mini dioramas, wall decor, costumery, cosplay, and much more. Castle and Cauldron is where crafting meets the magical. Visit facebook.com/Castle Cauldron. And from KP Concepts, your source for custom automotive renderings, graphic design, and printing. We spend countless hours making you look all good for the spectacle. Check out kpconcepts.com for more.
Intermission. We're back. We're back. And let's take you out onto the track. Bamsis. Oh man, I forgot to do the thingy.
Do the thingy. You know, you haven't seen this sheet. My name is still not on the sponsor list. I don't know why. I've only been paying for like a year and a half, 2 years. I don't know what it is.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah. Okay.
Oh, man, good times. Anyways, we're back. We're here. We're on board with Mark Allen. Mark Allen started his lap, so we already got through the out lap. So this is the actual lap that they're going through right now. So he's going through Malmedy right now in turn 7.
Malmedy.
Brussels.
I'm here to help you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I actually know the pronunciation on this track for a change instead of butchering it.
Yeah, I'm always gonna butcher the name. Always.
We're getting better. You know, as a commentary team, we're all getting better. We're making improvements.
Yeah.
So
we'll get there one day. One day we'll get there up in the high teams, the high leagues.
That's right.
But anyways, this is Mark Allen in the M Potent Motorsport 727. Now, what do you think of the livery?
You know, I was mentioning that last week that there's a lot of liveries here in D5 that are great, that I really, am a fan of.
Yeah, I like a ton of. Ooh, and the team names? How creative was that?
Yeah, no, they definitely do pretty good. I will find one. I'll find it, but there was one, a couple liveries here that I just think they did a really good job. Oh yeah, the potato head one, that one's pretty funny.
You know what I just found out? I have the map and I don't like the map that it's showing, so I gotta fix that before we get to the race. But let's see what Mark Allen puts in. Bam, with 221.375 is what everybody's chasing down. So let's go see down a little bit. Who else? Let's go on board with Dan Thibodeau, who's in the 44. He's in the Mustang. What kind of time could he put up?
Well, let's see here.
4th place, he's got 221.7.
I can tell you, his hot lap throughout the week was a 220.490. So that probably would be about, I'm guessing his PB that we can expect. For Thibodeau?
So.
That's what I'm looking at here on the list.
Yeah, and right now, Connor Farrell coming through. Right now, the fastest lap is being taken over by Zach Watt. He's got a 220.357, but Connor Farrell coming through the last turn here. Let's see what he's got. Connor Farrell, good for 10th place, 223.855. And then a little bit behind, we got Luis. Show me what you got, buddy.
I just happen to notice that the track is already at optimum for the silver drivers.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, it should. It usually is only at fast for those who know, and then as the silver drivers kind of run in the track in their 10 minutes, by the time the gold drivers come out, it's usually at optimum. It is already there at optimum, so we should be able to expect some pretty fast times from our silver drivers.
Very, very fast times. And then Alan Lung right now, he's currently up a 10th, currently knocking on that door of 221.5. But up front, you got Zach Watt, who's improving on his best lap. He was at a 220.357. Currently, the timing sheet shows he's up about 5/10, so that should put him up into the 219s. And then behind him, Max Stearns has got a 220.732. Roger Dismukes looks to have had a little bit of a mistake going in the turn, so he's got a yellow. He's currently up and running again. But let's see what Zach
tires are definitely Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
second lap here. Yeah, I was just gonna say tires are definitely coming up for the drivers because we're seeing as we expect, we're seeing the big gains here. Second up, 2 seconds up, second and a half up for a lot of these drivers as they're putting down faster times. Getting down right now. Oh yeah, Watt just put down a 2:19.8. So that's pretty good for his second lap for sure. The second place behind him is a 2:26. So 0.8 of a second behind. That was a heck of a lap for Watt. Yep.
Heck of a lap. And
but
then,
yeah,
we got Connor Farrell, who's in the back. He's in the 11. He's the Porsche. I'm sorry, he's in the 83. Getting mixed up with numbers there. But as he comes across the bus stop here, he is currently up 3.5 seconds, almost 3.5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see where that puts him. Bam, 4th place. With a 2:20.802. Way to go, buddy. Way to go. Getting closer and closer. And then a little bit further behind, we got Luis, who had a 2:36 his first lap. Now he's got a proper lap in. He's in 14th with a 2:22.955. And rounding out the back end right now. Ooh, looks like we're not going to get that lap in, but that was best.
Yep.
Best Raguva. We'll try
We'll
again
go over
on this
there.
next
Just
lap.
took a little bit too much. Oh, he went wide there going into the bus stop. I'm watching the replay on my screen right here.
Yeah, Wheezy, we see that. We see that, Wheezy. We'll take care of it a little bit later. But yeah. Mark Allen doing really good right now, too.
Yep, Wheezy, we're going to fix that track map, and then we can get Pip going for you, too, at a certain point.
Ooh,
We're Justin.
You want to put it up now?
We are focused on the action. We got a lot of action here. Yeah.
You know what? I'll put it up for you, sir. Bam. There you go.
Oh. Bam. There it is. Nice. Got that picture-in-picture action. Nothing
Yes,
but the
sir.
best for SRA Nation.
And then looking in the back, we got Dan Thibodeau, who's up 0.8 right now. He's in 11th place. So let's see if he can get up there. Where does he put himself up to? He puts himself up to 6th place. Good job, buddy. And then we got Roger Dismukes as well. He was doing good. He's in 3rd place. Max Stearns in 4th. Connor Farrell's in 5th. And then Cameron Beeson.
Duan Bong Leo is also 0.8 up right now. He's in 11th.
We'll take a look at him. Ooh, that's 1.3 now. Jeez.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right. So he should. Yep, land himself in 4th place.
Nice. Good job, buddy. And then we got Cameron Beeson. He's about to cross the line. He's up into 8th place now. Nolan Witt looks to be knocking on the door in that Lamborghini. He's in P2 right now. He's currently up 0.3. They're both fighting. Zach Watt and Nolan Witt are both fighting for it. They keep trading off the times in the timing sheets, each one going just a little bit faster than the other and then stealing the purple away from each other throughout this lap. So it's gonna be good.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Look at that. We're down to 3 thousandths.
Yeah,
no, hundredths. 3 hundredths of a second.
Yep.
Yeah, between the two there. That's pretty tight racing. I mean, heck, right now the top 7 are only separated by 1 second. So.
Yeah, and that was the last lap for a couple people, but the people who did make it through the 10-minute mark, they're on their last laps. Everybody else who did not make it through will not be having any more timing done because we have reached the 10-minute mark. So now the golds are all coming out. But Nolan Witt and Zach Witt, let's see where Zach Witt's at, because Zach Witt is ahead of Nolan. Zach Witt is coming through now through Blanchimont. And then we got the bus stop chicane. How much can he improve to try to keep Nolan Witt out? So he's taking the personal best right now. He's up 0.4. And
4
bam.
tenths. 219.472.
And Nolan
Silver
Witz,
driver.
Nolan Witz has lost out.
Lost. Yeah, just did not get a great run on the bus stop there.
Brian Banks coming in right now. He's up 1.2. Damn, up into 11th. Good job, buddy. Good job. And now we go to the gold drivers. The starting line for the gold is going to be Mr. Roger Rodriguez. As far as the silvers go, we'll let you know how they all line up. Silvers, you got Zach Watt in first, Nolan Witt in second, Roger Dismukes in third, Andrew is in fourth. And then the fight that we told you about earlier to be watching out for was going to be Andrew and Alan Lung. Andrew has qualified ahead of Mr. Alan Lung, so Andrew's in fourth and Mr. Alan Lung's in fifth or sixth. I'm sorry.
And for our top 3 fast lap times, that's Roger Rodriguez, Shane Lewis, and Ramon Lorenzo again. So we should expect to see them go to the top as well.
Yeah, should be good.
You know, I'll take this quick moment while they're putting on the first couple laps here. You had asked me about driver insights before, Henry.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's right.
Would you like to hear driver insights?
All day, every day.
Oh, awesome. I'm sure everybody would like to hear that, and I totally missed my cue earlier, so here we go. Some driver insights for Spa would happen to be this track is notorious for high tire wear, so expect aggressive tire saving to pay off. Those who can manage that correctly, and of course, speaking of pit strategy is something to think of there. The long straights that we have on Spa reward low drag setups, so that's probably what you're going to see from most of the cars. There we go. Keep temps in check through the twisty sector 2. This is true. Where we have Lacombe, we have Bruges, we have Speaker Corner. Then you're going into Pujon, No Name. This is the section of the track that really taxes the tires the most. And then of course they cool down on these longer straights. You can expect slipstream trains in Lacombes. That's coming down the Kimmel Straight and then going into Lacombe. That's another one of the late braking overtaking areas, of course, we can look for. Speaking of late braking into bus stop is a favorite zone to be able to do that. So coming out of Blanchimont, bravely through full throttle, don't lift, and then brake last minute going into the bus stop before we then go finish the lap. And it's mentioning to avoid dive bombs at Bruges, that it does not end well. This is true. It looks like it could be a good overtaking zone, but just the way you really got to slow down. It is a slower corner than you expect, and we will probably see some hip checking there today.
Yeah, a ton of hip checking for sure. And then you got a couple guys that just came in. Vinjin came in with a lap time good enough to bump him up into 9th place. John Bam is up next. Let's see what kind of time he puts in. He puts in good enough for 20th place at a 2:23.7. Then we got, who else do we want to look at here? Fernando Cattori. Fernando is coming in right now. Crowd favorite. Puts himself up into 16th. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like we got some fans in the chat here calling out for Dismukes, Katoria, Greer. Man, we sure do love to see the fans come into chat and root for the drivers that they want to see. I think that's awesome.
Ryan now coming through. Yeah, it is awesome. I love it. Edward Ryan up in the 15th.
One of these days, maybe I'll have somebody cheer for me.
I cheer for you all day, every day.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it better. Okay, I feel better because I don't know that I would cheer for me. I'm just saying, like,
I would.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, Henry. You're awesome. Greer, by the way, is up 1 second on his time right now. If I can call that out, car 293.
You got it. 293. And then who else do we got that's up on time? John Bam's up 3.5 right now. So he's at a 20. He's sitting at a 23.7. So that would put him at a 20. Yeah, about at a 20 flat, maybe, if he can get it down. 20.1, maybe. Or 19, I think. I don't know. I can't do math anymore. I forget.
Yeah, math is hard. You know, by the way, I'm looking in the chat here, and Tristan Zamora says that he's going to cheer for me after he passes me. And you did pass me last week pretty well, and then away you went, buddy. But we've had some pretty good, Zamora and I have had some pretty good on-track battles this season so far, but always clean. I appreciate that, buddy. Always clean.
Finjan up into 9th place again, and then we got Neil Leader, we told you to watch out for as well. Where is he coming in? He's in 30th right now, so this is going to be his first lap that he's put in, or second lap, I believe. And he's up into 24th. Who else do we got? Aaron Kovac. He's in the Mustang. He's up 7/10 right now. Bam, 6th place. That's good enough for 6th for him, with a 120.420. And then the 780 of Cliff Heyman, he's up 8/10 right now. Where can you go, buddy? We're gonna go to Anthony Lombardo right after this, because Anthony Lombardo is knocking on the door. Heyman's up into 20th, but let's see what Anthony Lombardo's got.
Got Lombardo in the pip there for you.
Bam, he's up in the 1st place now.
Oh, look at
Knocking
that.
out Zach Watt with a 219.420. Zach Watt came in with a 472. So it's on now. 0.05
of a second. And we've extended that the 1 second to 10th place. So the first 10 places, the first 10 drivers are all within 1 second of each other. And if you ask me, Duong Bong Leo is not far behind on that, just outside of the 1 second. So we're going to have a good competitive race, huh, buddy?
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. Anthony Lombardo is in the pit now. Not sure why, but he is in the pit. A couple others are in the pit as well. I don't know if they just called it because that's it, but Riley Guerrier in the 293 we're riding on board with, and I don't know if this is a valid lap or not. I don't think it is. Let's see who else is up.
Towards the front there, I just want to call out that Baham is 4/10 up on his fast lap, which would put him in pole.
Oh no. Oh yes. Oh yes it is.
See if he can pull it off.
I see it, and I'm watching it. What can you do, John Bam? Can you cut it out? Can you bring it all together now as he goes through Blanchimont and now to the bus stop? Will that car in front stop him from getting pole?
No.
I don't know.
Up 5/10. Yep, that cost him at least 2/10. That's still good enough for 3rd place.
That's rough.
Oh, he had it. He had pole.
Rough. He had
pole.
But
hey, 3rd place is still pretty good, though, right?
Yep.
I mean, I would not be mad at 3rd place. So
I would not either. With
pretty good.
a couple seconds left to go, Fernando crosses the line. He's in 9th place. Does not do any better. Who do we got else? We got the 780 of Cliff Heyman and P24. Does he improve? He does not. Then we got the 161 or 164 of Steven Pellerin. He's in 24th. Does he do better? Yes, he does. He's in 21st. With Edward Ryan, he's in 7th place right now. Does he do better? He's up 3/10 right now. So let's hope that he does do better. He gets enough up into 4th. And then Shane Lewis, he's in the 211. He's in 6th.
He was doing better. He lost about 2/10 on that bus stop. The bus stop is it is more difficult than you think.
It is.
You know, it is so easy to lose time there. So that's, yeah.
So right now we got Riley Guerrier, who's in the 293. He's currently on a lap. He's up 6/7 right now, and his teammate Finjan behind him is up 7/10 as well. So that should put them in 219 range.
You're on Greer, I'm on Chen.
Yeah.
Watching them come through there.
Jen is just behind him, not too far behind him, but let's see what Riley Guerrero could put down as he comes through Blanchimont now.
Yep. Jen through Blanchimont. The bus stop is where it counts.
Yes, sir. 1.1, he's up. Bam! Sis into third, and then let's go to Finjan. 9th place as well. What a good lap he's put down. And then the last,
top 10,
yeah. And last but not least, we got Corey Colt still coming down the line. He's down 0.3, but once he comes through, we're gonna send you off into the sponsor ad, and then we'll be right back with the grid walk. What can you do, buddy? You're almost up on time, and you lost it just a little bit. Corey Colt.
Bus stop.
Yeah.
It's the bus stop.
It's the bus stop. Let's get you to those sponsors. Why, hello, and we're back. We got Alex Donaldson right now, who's in P41. This is your grid walk, and then we got in P40. We got Bess Raguva, who's in the Ferrari. He's in the number 708. Then we got Josh Parker, who's in 39th place right now in that Modern Warfare Ford Mustang. And then we got Ryan Clark, who's in the number 103, the Italian job Ferrari. Cesare, he's in the number 208. He's in the Ferrari in P37. Matt Moon takes up P36 in the Porsche. Julian Au is in P35. He's in the number 709. Brad Charland, he's in the number 556 McLaren. He's in P34. P33 is Corey Mummery. And then in P32, we got Luis Galvez. He's in the number 849. And then T Resonance, he's in the number 411. He's in the Lamborghini. And then Richard Max in P30, he's up in the Lamborghini as well. Michael Santos is in 29th place. He's in the number 203. Emil Garcia, he's in the number 253 Porsche. He's in P28. P27 is Brian Banks. He's in the number 910 Lamborghini. Cameron Beeson, he's in P26 in the number 995 Mustang. Dan Thibodeau, he's in P25 in the number 44 Mustang. And then we got Cliff Heyman, he's in P24 in the number 780. And then Vienna Ma, he's in P23 in the number 141. And then Connor Farrell, P22 in the number 83 in the Porsche. P21 has got Stephen Pellerin, he's in the number 164 Aston Martin. P20 is Max Stearns, he's in the Ferrari, the number 965. Brad Garman, he's in P19 in the BMW, the 806 Mr. Potato Head. And then Corey Colts in P18, he's in the BMW, the 960. I really like this livery.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the brick? No, that's not the Rick roll. And then we got Alan Long. He's in P17. He's in the 555 Porsche. It would have been cool if somebody figured out a way to do the Rick roll as a whole livery, though. Then we got in P16 Mark Allen. He's in the 727 BMW. P15 is Andrew. He's in the number 180 in the Kings Meat Snacks. He's in the Aston Martin. Then we got P14 of Rob Warren. He's in the number 69 Lexus. And then in P13, we have the Ferrari of Neil Leader. He's in the number 770 and with a great office space livery in attack, stealing money for your goals next year. And then we got Aaron Kovac. He's in P12. Hey, he's in the number
it's only fractions of a
Mustang.
penny.
It's fractions of a penny. And then we got Fernando. He's in the number 116 Ferrari. He's in P11. And then we got Roger Dismute. He starts off your top 10 with Towley. He's in the number 419 Porsche. Let's see what kind of damage he could do today. And then we got Finjan. You better watch out because he's too close for missiles. He's switching to guns. That's Finjan in the P9.
Talk to me, Goose.
And then we got Ramon Lorenzo, who's in P8 in the number 162 Porsche.
No livery.
Cough, 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 cough. I downloaded everybody's.
Me too.
Shane Lewis in the number 211. He's in the McLaren. He's P7. And then we got Nolan Witt. He's in P6 in the Lamborghini 450. And then the top 5. Edward Ryan. He's in the BMW, the 961. He's just a dude. And then in P4, we got John Bam. He's in the BMW. He's in the number 96. And then another Top Gun Maverick livery. We got Riley Guerrier. He's in P3 in the number 293 BMW. And then you got the 731 of Zach Watt. He's in the BMW in P2. And your P1 is Anthony Lombardo in the McLaren in the number 256. This is a really nice livery too. I like this one.
Yeah, this is pretty hot. We've got some really good, talented people who do liveries, actual graphic artists. They do this for a living. And as a matter of fact, they work on commission, as I understand. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so in case you're not exactly a talented, livery person. For instance, my livery is all gray this year, this season. Yeah, you've got a couple of extra bucks. Reach out on the SRA Discord, and you can find these talented people to be able to give you an awesome livery.
Yeah, I would attest to that because I paid a couple people before. It was really good.
It's worth it.
I got mine from Faz's, though.
Oh, Faz is awesome. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Wink, wink, cough, cough.
Yeah, but they're all great. I mean, I'm just not to factor in. I can't pick one, but Faz has been helpful to me. So good dude.
Now we come around the corner and we're getting ready to start. Anthony Lombardo getting him ready to roll. So let's see what we could do. And as we got the pip on the right, we got all the angles you want. And as we come under the gantry,
I'm flying around like a crazy person.
Yeah, it's good. It's good fun times. And we're green. We're green. This is SRA Division 5, Season 14, Round 4 Spa. And as they come up, a Rouge, everything looks good. Zach Watt doing everything pretty good. Anthony Lombardo staying ahead, and they come up close, but the McLaren stays ahead of it as they come through Lacombe now. Still 1-2 as they go, and we got a little bit of an incident in the back. We got people dropping like flies now. Edward Ryan up in a place. He's up into 5th place now. As they come down to Brussels, it's still 1-2-3. Anthony Lombardo, Zach Watt, and John Bam. Nolan Witt up into 4th. Edward Ryan in 5th. Ramon Lorenzo in 6th. And Riley Guerrier in 7th. And what else do we have? We have an accident in the back we'll take a look at after the first lap gets completed. But still, let's see how close that other Beamer is on that splitter cam. Bam, there you go. John Bam getting really close to.
Oh no. Mac has had an incident in the back there. Let me take that back 30 seconds in the pit.
Oof, it looks like John Bam's going to be ready to roll here as he gets up onto Zach Watt. Zach Watt does everything to try to defend here as it comes to Blanchamont, giving him space, and everybody's still doing okay here.
Down on the pip there, it looked like Mac gave one of the other drivers a bit of a hip check, caused him to brake late, and then that was a bumper thumper for another driver in front of him, and we just kind of had pandemonium after that.
Ugh. We'll take a look at it in a second, again, on the big screen, just so we can show everybody.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We got to see it in all its glory. John Bam turning in the fast lap at a 255.222. And let's go to that. And if I can get a number, sir, that was the number of 780, if I believe.
780?
Yeah, I think it was a 780. Was this earlier? This is earlier going up a lot, going up Rouge here.
Ruffinian. How far back you want on that?
Ooh, I think I went pretty far back, but I don't know if it's gonna. This might be what you were talking about.
I can.
Nope, did not catch that. Here's the 107.
Actually, we'll go back to the beginning of the race here on Cliff. Maybe that's where it happened.
Yeah.
Just a little bit difficult in the back of the pack there going through the restart.
That hip check. There's that hip check you were talking about.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's get up there. We're behind Zach Watt now in the BMW. And as we're going on, Edward Ryan right now is closing the door on Mr. Nolan Witt.
Witt's actually got a couple cars behind him with Ryan and Lorenzo that we got down there in the pit, looking back at them running him down. That's a pretty close race that we have right now. Towards the front, I'm going to go back to 21st place in Beeson. He has an entire pack behind him. Garmin 4/10 back, Hemian 2/10 back, Farrell 6/10 behind that, Stearns 5/10 behind that. Wow, we've got a pack going there in the middle.
Yeah, and Rob Warren in 12th right now. He's trying to take away P11 from Fernando. Fernando doing everything to defend right now. So let's see what he can do. Because right now the leader of Anthony Lombardo has got 8/10. Dang, everybody's splitting out pretty good. Stephen Pellerin in P19. Whoa!
Argy bargy.
Yeah, a little bit of argy bargy, and then Emil right
I'll
there.
take that back right now in the pit there. Just, went for the inside. Didn't really know he was there.
Yeah, and then you got an accident that just happened right now with the 69. I'll take a look at it right now. That is the 69 of Rob Warren. What happened, Rob? What happened to you, sir? Oh, man. What the?
Holy moly.
What was that?
That was Radeon. That's what happened there. Eau Rouge and the Radeon. We had a wreck. The cars didn't know they were there, You got to come up fast. Not to cast a pall or be a negative, but the fact remains that drivers have actually really died there. It is a dangerous corner, and why it is one of the most spectacular and notorious in motorsport. This is thankfully we are just racing here digitally. Otherwise, that could have been bad.
Yeah, and right now we're on board with Zach Watt again. He's chasing down Anthony Lombardo. Yeah, it was a huge wreck, Chad. Pretty huge wreck that was. I don't know how many cars got taken out with that, but I'm pretty sure there was a couple. But behind him, you have John Bam, who's closing down the gap too. He's doing everything he can to try to close down the gap.
Oh. We got some great action going on there with Farrell, Heeming, and Stearns.
We'll take a look there. Connor Farrell, where are you, sir? There you are. As Connor Farrell is defending
Porsche on Porsche battle.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
As they go up. Rayon.
Oh.
He gets off.
There it is. You got to take it so brave, and one little bump, and then you're just trying to keep it on the track.
Who's got more guts? Looks like Connor Farrell carrying a little bit of damage there.
Oh. Yeah, it sure does. Heeming looked like he had the speed on the Kemmel Straight there, but he was trying to carry it on the outside into Lake Home. You want to go on the inside to try to make that move.
Yeah, Fernando's dropping down even further now. He's down into P21. He's slowed down a lot. Not sure what's going on with him. Let's ride on board for a little bit with him. Maybe we can figure out what's going on. But I'm not going to ride along that long because John Bam is knocking on the door there of Zach Watt and saying, hey, buddy, it's time for me to get through. Zach Watt is down 1.3 from Anthony Lombardo, and if they keep fighting like this, Anthony Lombardo is just going to have a clean walk home in first. Yes, he was the one that got rear-ended. Thank you for letting us know, Tristan.
Who got rear-ended?
Fernando. Yeah, that was the going up to Rouge, the Rob Warren had hit him from behind you. Yeah.
Our big wreck of the night so far. Let's hope our last.
Let's hope so. And Brad Garman defending right now. There is Connor Farrell and Cliff Heyman. This is a lot to take in because this is a pretty good pack. Look at this pack fighting. This is in P19. Whoa, this is the fight for P16. With all those cars there, everybody's fighting.
I think they're all behind Long in 17, yeah.
Nobody's safe here. Everybody wants P17. Who can do their best here and get P16 from everybody? All it takes is just a little bit of a mistake here.
Definitely tight mid-pack racing going on here.
Look at all these cars chasing you down.
This is exactly what we wanted to see at Spa tonight, so really excited to see it. Into Lake Home.
We're on board Alan Lund
Look
right
at that
now on the rear view camera. It's like a swarm of bees chasing you, and you're just trying to get away.
He's got to be sweating right now. All you can do is just, not look in the rearview mirror and just try to keep it going as he gets through Bruges and is headed into Speaker Corner right now to go down the short little run as we get to Puhan.
And that was Brad Garman who made the move on Connor Farrell. No, that wasn't Connor Farrell. That was Cameron Beeson who made that move. He's in the Beamer.
Oh, okay.
That was behind. He passed the Mustang. Oh, no, wait. Actually, that was a blue flagger. But anyways, back up to the front. Zach Watt is now up on Anthony Lombardo. Lombardo now protecting, trying to protect that lead now because John Bam and
What you got there? Potato Head going off the track a little bit. No, no. No, Mr. Potato Head. Oh, we have a big wreck here going into the bus stop. Back with that mid-pack group that was fighting. Looks like Stearns might have caught the worst of it, and Farrell, but Hemi and Katoria and Galvez were able to go through. Let me go ahead and bring that back 30 seconds. Yeah, no, I don't think Thibodeau was not part of this, but I'm going to bring this back 30 seconds down on the pip, so to kind of try to watch what happened here.
Yes, sir.
A little bangity bangity.
Emil Garcia in 15th place, closing the gap on Neil Leader. Neil Leader in 14th. And then again, still Zach Watt is still up ahead trying to take over P1 because he's gotten even closer on Anthony Lombardo. Not sure if something happened with Anthony Lombardo, but let's go back to them.
Yeah, we got a pretty tight race here at the front for first, second, third, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty tight. It's been tight this whole time. And then Edward Ryan's in fifth right now. He's closing the gap on Nolan Witt. You can see him back there on Nolan Witt in that Lamborghini. So John Bam is still getting frustrated, as you can see him fishtail out there right now. He's getting very frustrated because he wants to pass. He wants to make this move on Zach Watt.
It's nice to see a close race at the top.
It's fun. I guarantee you they're having a ton of fun too right now.
Indeed. We've had some fast drivers at the front that have been kind of running away. But as we get reclassification, like we were talking about, this is what we should expect, is that we get closer racing throughout the field, and especially at the top.
Yes, sir. Yes, sirree. And John Bam, a little bit later on the brakes, gets even closer on Zach Watts. Let's go back to John Bam inside view of the car there. Further back down the field, Ryan Clarkson, 29th place. Where is our buddy Alan Long at that we told you to watch out for? Alan Long is in P17th. And that was the fight between Alan Long. I believe it was Alan Long versus Andrew. So Alan Long is still behind Andrew. Andrew's in P12 and Alan Long's in P17th. That's the fight for the silver championship there. And there goes John Bam as they go by a blue flag, I believe. So now Anthony Lombardo has gotten back onto the nitrous and he's up 1.5 ahead of Zach Watt, but Zach Watt still carries the fast lap at 220.4.
Nice. Hey, I'd just like to call out that once again, kind of mid-back pack here, starting about Stearns or, well, Katoria, I suppose. We have a pretty tight pack there in the middle.
Yes, sir. We will get to that now. That's Stearns, right?
Yep.
Where are you, sir? White. Can't read today.
Why are you trying to read that word?
No, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Clark has just returned to pit and disconnected. What happened?
Not sure, but here's the fight between Stearns and Galvez that you talked about. This is for P22, and everybody's trying to take P22. Luis Galvez, Josh Parker, T Resonance, they're all trying to take over P22 right here. And look at everybody get wild here.
Whoa! Going wide. Oh, we're gonna get brave, I think.
Oh, and they're off.
Oh. We'll go back a few seconds on that one.
Let's
see that dive again. Whoa, we got a bunch of diving and going wide. Little bit argy-bargy. Holy moly.
Finjan up ahead right now. Oh no!
Oh,
spins
no.
out. The goose spins out. Let me take it back a couple seconds to see how that happened. And this is Finjan on Roger Dismukes here, and he just gets spun around. Oh, and he gets hit. Take insult. Ah, man. He's doing so good too. Now down in the 19th. Ramon Lorenzo, though, the no livery Ramon Lorenzo Porsche, he's up into 6th, and he's catching up to Edward Ryan now. John Bam still 0.4 behind Zach Watt and Anthony Lombardo.
Oh, that's what. Oh, yeah. Leader hit into Goose there, and then had a little extra action going on. That's what happened. Well, who was it? Greer that was in that car? I mean, he did what he was supposed to. He held on to the brakes.
Oh, no, that was
Finjan?
Yep.
Okay, it was Finjan. Yeah, stayed, got spun, but stayed on the brakes. Sat where he was, let the other drivers go around him. There's really not much else you can do.
Currently on board with Fernando. He's about a second behind right now. He was a little bit up earlier, but that Mustang, who is that Mustang that just passed him?
I'm on with Babam right now, which is all over Watt going through La Source and now down into Eau Rouge and through Radeon.
Yeah, John Bam.
A little bit of a lift there. That's going to hurt him going down the Kemmel. I know it's hard, but you have to try to stay with the throttle planted going through Eau Rouge Radeon. It costs you so much by the end of the Kemmel straight.
Very true, very true.
But, you know, the flip side of that is crash, right?
Crash. Uh-oh, somebody did crash.
Oh no, as I mention it.
961.
I wasn't talking about him specifically though, so it's not my fault.
Commentator's curse. At it again.
Okay. It wasn't me. I just said crash. I didn't say who. I didn't go back far enough, but it kind of looks like he just caught the curb there.
Oh, okay.
And I keep not going back far enough.
Let's go.
Oh. We just had another yellow.
Right? Yep.
Yep.
We got Shane Lewis here. He's in P10. He's chasing down Roger Dismukes. That was the number 180 of Andrew that you were looking for. Let me take a look at that. Let me see what's going on there. This is the 180 of Andrew. I'm not sure why it keeps... Oh, you know, I think he's losing connection. I think that's the mark of connection, losing connection with the server.
Yeah, Duong Bong Leo, same thing. It says that he is on a 52-minute lap right now.
Yeah, that's Andrew. Yeah.
Oh, yep. I'm thinking that's incorrect. What are you thinking, Henry?
I think it's incorrect. I think it's his connection. Because it keeps slipping back in and out, in and out, in and out.
The hard-hitting commentary that you all expect.
All day, every day. Shane Lewis up in the 10th now. Stay tuned tonight at 10 for more news from your local city. Cliff Heyman in 15.
From your wonderful SRA Division 5 commentary team. Virtual high five. Yeah. All right. So it looks like behind Garmin here, 806, we have a pretty tight thing going on.
We're on board the 780, who's behind the 806, but the 806 is of Garmin.
I think they were a little bit tighter.
And then back to Zach Watt again. We've been watching him trying to close the gap on John. Oh wait, John Bam did make the pass on Zach Watt. We missed it, but here comes Zach Watt trying to redo what was done to him, or undo what was done to him. Nolan Witt is keeping Edward Ryan behind him. I'm not sure who that Ferrari is that's behind. Is that Riley Greer?
Oh, that's just bad. Down there in the pit, I don't know if you saw it, but Parker got bumped coming out of Eau Rouge and put into the wall. That's going to be a lot of damage for him.
I know. Right now, Nolan Witt is almost getting the move done on Zach Watt into the bus stop, and they go through here. Nolan Witt has almost got the move done, and as they go through turn 1 here, let's see what Nolan Witt does. He goes on the outside, goes on the inside, tries to pick a move, does not, comes through turn 1. And then, and they bump Edward Ryan, or Zach Watt and Nolan Witt bump. And who is that behind them? And that is
Ryan?
I don't know. That's not Ryan, because that's not. Is that
no,
Riley?
Must be.
No, that's not Riley.
Blue flag traffic?
Yeah, that's blue flag traffic getting in on the mix there. That's got to be. I'm not sure. Accident with the 211 in the back.
Looks like we've got a spin from Lewis here. I got it picked up there. Looks like he caught him in the bus stop.
So Nolan Witt is got to be frustrated here because he's got Edward Ryan ahead of him, and something's going on with that car that's behind him. Who's the car behind him?
Lewis down there just happened to catch the exit curb coming out of bus stop. Long got something going on here. He is falling down the order.
I'm trying to figure out who this Ferrari is that's behind them. I'm trying to catch a number there. Can't catch a number. It's not the 961.
Oh, just bad there for this. You saw the replay for Long. Lost the rear end of the Porsche coming up out of, coming through Radion, straight into the wall, hit another driver accidentally who happened to be right next to him. Oh boy, and then going slow at the top there. The driver's having to avoid him. That is not the place you want to crash. You know, I did just want to mention that we are at the 34-minute mark here, so through about 25 minutes of driving, and what I'm seeing is about 1/3 of the drivers, one third of the 38 drivers have now pit at this time. Seeing a lot of 2-minute and high minute 40, 50 type pit times here. For those who may not know, the pit lane at Spa is super long. So your pit times are going to be longer here. It's almost like a full lap is what you go down. That being said, this is one of those places you do not want to get a stop go 30 by getting 4 track limits. You will lose at least an entire lap or close to it because of that, and that's going to be pretty severe drop down the order at that point.
All right. Do you know by chance how long that time is?
What time?
The time for the pit, like how long it takes you to actually drive into the pit, get changed and out? Is it like 1:46 or?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, is that most of them are around 2 minutes. I don't know what the exact average is. That's on a different list I don't have up, but I can tell you just by looking at it that I was seeing like 150s to 2 minutes. And that's going to be, getting into the pit, driving all the way around, 30-second stop at least if you don't have any other damage, and then having to drive the rest out. And that's for everybody, for a regular pit stop.
Right.
And then I was just kind of going on about getting a stop go 30 here is definitely not what you want to do.
Negative. You are correct, sir. Nobody wants that. And then
nobody wants that on any track, but especially on the ones with the long pit lanes.
It takes forever. Get out of here with that nonsense. We were looking at Zach Watt right now, and behind him is Edward Ryan. They still have not pit. They need to pit, and as I say that, there goes Zach Watt into the pit, and Edward Ryan decides to go off. The person that he needs to watch out for was Nolan Witt. Nolan Witt is in Lacombe right now, so he's still got a long way to go to complete the lap, but that's the person that he was fighting earlier. So that is Zach Watt is coming down the pit lane right now in P4.
Down in your pip there, I have your current fast lap holder, Al.
Yeah.
Julian Al, right on the heels of Jen coming down the Kemmel straight.
That's insane. I'm not sure if you told our viewers what the fast time was that he put down by chance.
No, I did not. But it was a 2:20.107.
Yeah, that's pretty quick.
It's pretty quick. I'm guessing that being that they're in 27th and 26th respectively, I'm guessing they probably pit. So at this point, with at half tanks of fuel or so and fresh tires coming into this part of the race, we should start to see that fast lap pop around to different drivers. I will say though that if you might be able to notice, the viewers might be able to notice that it is in race time of 8:37 p.m. So the sun is going down, and we probably will see the temperatures come off just a little bit in the back half of the race, which would not be great for fast laps is what I guess I'm trying to get at there.
I would like to go on to Nolan Witt in the pit, because I want to know where he's at, because Zach Watt just came out the pit.
All right,
okay,
got it.
So that's the fight there. So he's barely coming down the start finish straight, the opposite one, and Zach Watt is out the pit now. Okay, yeah, so he made it out beforehand. So the undercut did not work for.
But we got a spinner there.
Uh-oh. Yeah, the undercut didn't work for Nolan Witt. Zach Watt's still ahead of him, and now he's got Riley Guerrier ahead of him too. Riley Guerrier in 14th. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Ask and ye shall receive.
All day, every day. And then we got, who else could we take a look at? Fernando, because everybody wanted to take a look at Fernando.
Oh no, Katoria just went off.
No, that's who we were talking about too.
Yeah, I just happened to be on him to be, you know, give him some watch time there. So I am, unless you want to pick him up, and I can keep watching him go back 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'll pick him up for the replay for that. That was the number 116 of Fernando. So this is Fernando. Oh, that's not the, well, he did have another little thing going on there, but that wasn't the original.
Go back and try to catch it. I got it down there in the pit now.
Ah, thank you, sir.
Oh, just lost the rear end in Blanchimont. That's what happened. Oh,
Finjen
that hurts.
Yeah, Finjen is fighting Julian Al right now. Julian Al is defending from Finjen. Julian Al is in 21st, Finjen's in 22nd. Fernando, again, another yellow flag. And as we reach the 27-minute mark, 27 minutes left to go in this round number 4 at Spa. Finjen doing everything he can in his power to try to make a pass here, but I don't think it's going to happen. Finjen lapping at about a 221.0, while Mr. Julian Al is lapping at a 221.5. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry, those were fast laps. Their last lap, which was what just happened now, was Finjen's at a 222.8 and Julian Al's at a 221.5. So that's about a second and a second and 1.3 faster than Finjen.
Just happened to notice Katoria going down the, and he is back in the pits.
Yeah, I saw that too. Let's take a look at what's going on with him. He's coming out the pit right now. Or is he going into the pit?
He went into the pit. It's just that they had race control showing the 30 seconds, or the yellow flag there. So I assumed that something might have happened. My mistake.
Yeah, and Finjen now all over the back of Neil Leader. Neil Leader up ahead looks to have had a little bit of an incident. Neil Leader is trying to defend now. Nolan Witt is now behind Edward Ryan, so we'll go to that as soon as we see a little bit of what goes on here with Neil Leader and Finjen.
Lewis on board with him right now, right behind the two of them. Probably saying, yeah, please fight it out. Let me catch up.
Yeah, I would be saying the same thing. Yeah. Yep. Ain't no
a little
shame
bit
in
of
my
a
game.
No, that's how you do it.
Nope. Anthony Lombardo with a commanding 31-second lead. He's in P1. 25 minutes left to go. Let's make sure this driver gets some love too, because he's P1 right now, but also going into the pit now. Was wondering when he was going to go into the pit. He does now.
Waited just a little past the 30-minute mark. Next driver 30 seconds behind him though.
Yep, it's Andrew.
Yeah, but it's going to take, you know, as we were saying, minute 40, minute 50, 2 minutes to be able to get through your pit evolution. So
Rob Warren is going to be the guy that's going to be the first out of all the people that have not pitted yet or have pitted already. So Rob Warren is currently at Puan, and then He's gonna go to Savalo in a second here, but I would like to see where Andrew comes out from Rob Warren. So Rob Warren now going through turn 15 here. Has Andrew moved yet? Or I'm sorry, Anthony Lombardo, has he moved yet? No, he has not. Rob Warren still inching, getting closer now into the bus stop. Can he put an attack on for Anthony? Has Anthony moved yet? Anthony has not moved yet, and it looks like Rob Warren's going to be taking over in P1 here. Anthony Lombardo, has he moved yet? Anthony's moving. Anthony's moving. But Rob Warren,
he's moving.
Looks like Rob Warren's coming up now. And as he passes the start-finish straight, there goes
Lombardo in your pit, Warren on the screen, going through.
And there they come out, and there he goes. He comes out in front of Anthony Lombardo, and there you go. There goes that move. He made that work. He pitted early, way early, and now is in front of Anthony Lombardo.
But like we said, you know, Spa will start to wear on those tires, especially through the second section right here that we're showing you. So does he have the tires left to be able to make it to the end? You know, Lombardo pitting a little bit later might have the chance to attack. We'll see if he starts catching up with Warren.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good fight here close to the end. 22 minutes left to go.
Yep.
Lombardo will have better tires at the end by how many laps, says Cerberus. I don't know. If I knew that answer, I'd give it to you, sir, but I don't know. I could just guess.
Better tires than, you know.
When did he pit, actually? Where is his pit?
That's important. Yeah. When did Warren? That's the important part.
I wish I could look at when he pitted.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna look
at
my little...
look at the stint. That'll tell you. So, I mean, Warren pit 32 minutes ago. Lombardo pit 2 minutes ago. That is going to make a big difference here in about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. Because I guarantee you, even right about now, but right around that 40-minute mark, Warren's tires are going to start falling off. And Lombardo's in another 7-10 minutes are going to be right in their prime. So, stay posted, people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Looking back down the order again, looks like leader, Lewis, Galvez, all pretty close together there. 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Other than that, we're getting to that point in the race where, as you can see from the track map, that our drivers are all pretty spread out at this point, to be expected.
Here's your fight. Here's a fight that you want to see. Edward Ryan and Nolan Witt again, going at it again. Nolan Ryan in front of Nolan Witt. Nolan Witt trying to do everything he can to get in front now. And there goes your splitter cam. And in front of them is O'Reilly Guerrier. So this is the fight for P8.
So I'll just take this moment to be able to say that The top 3 drivers right now, as you can see by that orange and the 1 on the left-hand side of the screen, means that those drivers have yet to pit. Warren and down, where it's all green, all of those drivers have pit. And you can see that Warren's only 20 seconds behind Banks. That 20 seconds is not enough time for those top 3 drivers, even 30 seconds a little bit up. So as soon as Dongbon Leo, Garcia, and Banks all pit, you can expect to see Warren go to the top of the order. And so looking at that,
Andrew's in the pit.
you know, our big... Andrew's in the pit now? Okay. Our big winners of the day, going from Warren down. Warren is up 10 positions from where he qualified at 14th. Down in 11th, Ma is up 12 positions. He qualified in 23rd. Beeson is up 11 positions, qualified in 22nd. J. Al. Who did you say J is?
J. Al?
Yeah, J. Al. You said the first name earlier. I missed
Julian Al. Julian Al.
Julian Al is up 22 positions, starting from 40th, which I have to guess was either a quali ban or a pit lane start. So out of those, Al, Beeson, Ma, and Warren. I'm interested to hear from the people watching. Who do you think your driver of the day is? We got 20 minutes left to go. Tell me what you think.
While you were speaking, Rob Warren conceded the place to Anthony Lombardo and John Bam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I don't know if you could pull it up in your pip, go back a couple, but like right before he passed the, as he was going up a route, or I'm sorry, before turn 1.
I just missed it. As you can see, I went back 60 seconds. That was not enough.
Yeah.
Maybe I can... I don't think I'm going to be able to catch that. Maybe if I really go back.
But that is the new update with this race. Anthony Lombardo has passed Rob Warren for P1 after Emil and Brian Banks goes into the pit. John Bam is closely behind now, though. He's 1.4 behind Anthony Lombardo. And then going back to the fight for today that we were talking to you guys about, it was Fernando versus Ryan versus Neil. So Fernando is in... Where are you, Fernando? Why can't I find you, sir?
Oh, we have a drive-through from Lorenzo.
No.
Yep, look at that. And I was just about to call out, our fast drivers once again, and the hot laps being Rodriguez, Lewis, and Lorenzo. And of course, we were talking earlier about how a drive-through is the absolute last thing that you want here. And it looks like he's going into the pit now to be able to serve that. Oh, that is unfortunate.
Fernando that we were talking about earlier.
Fernando.
I can't find him in our sheet. Has he left?
Fernando who?
Fernando Katoria.
Oh. Looks like Katoria might have left.
Yeah. I think he had enough of today.
Well, I mean, he definitely took some licks and had a rough day. So
yeah. Toxic One asking what's the fastest lap? Fastest lap right now is a 2:19.515, and that is held by this man, Mr. Riley Guerrier, in the 293 BMW. Anthony Lombardo, 36 seconds behind Emil Garcia. Emil Garcia has not pitted yet and still needs to pit. And as I say that, he goes into the pit. Perfect.
Yeah, see how that works?
Let's take a look at a couple fights in the back. Right now, we got Max Stearns fighting for P27. He's in 28th. He wants 27th. of him is Brad Charlin, and then Ramon Lorenzo, who got that drive-through. Ramon Lorenzo is now trying to fight for P25 from Brian Banks. Brian Banks just right ahead of him.
Got on the replay there how Stearns went, yeah. Stearns went wide into no, just happened to see in the replay that Stearns went wide coming out of Radillon, but was able to catch the car and keep going, so that's a good result.
And then a little bit further back down the field in P35, we have Richard Mack, who's catching Alan Lung now. Alan Lung, one of the people that we asked to take a look at. He is in P34 right now. And then, so that was Fernando Catoria, Edward Ryan, and Neil Leader. Those were the gold drivers.
Ooh.
So where is Neil Leader?
17th position, car 770.
There you are, sir, Mr. Neil Leader.
Following right behind Julian.
Yep, trying to catch up on Julian Al right now. So at least Neil is doing good because he's past Fernando, because Fernando's out of the race now. So now it's about where is Edward Ryan. Edward Ryan is in P6. So we'll see how the points shake out, but it looks to me that Fernando is going to be dropping down the championship order after this week.
Got a pretty tight race going on in 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd for Residence, Galvez, Santos, and Farrell as well.
Yeah, right now I'm taking a look at Beeson, Cameron Beeson. He's pretty close on Mark Allen and trying to take away P11.
Garcia with a drive-through. No. Did I do it? Did I say it?
I don't think so. Not yet.
I just called it out that, you know, earlier. It's, yeah. You know what? Only 2 cars, though. I guess that's not too bad. It's, you know, there is a lot of runoff at Spa if you go wide. So, you know, thankfully, in most of those cases, you're not going to crash. You're going to be able to get back on the track. But pushing that hard, you know, going over track limits, and if you're carrying enough speed, you're going to get that track cut warning and take draw that warning. 4 of them, and you get a stop go 30 and a drive-through penalty.
Edward Ryan now on Riley Guerrero. He fakes out. He tries to fake him out now with 11 minutes left to go. Into turn 1 they go, and then here we go. This is the last couple minutes, the last 10 minutes of the race. We're going to get some action going on now. So let's see. Let's go on board with Edward Ryan as they go up a Rouge. Whoa. Does he fake it? What do you do? What do you do, sir? As he goes up the inside here into Lacombe, can he keep it? He keeps it and he passes. He makes the move on Riley Guerrero, taking P5 away from Riley. But can he? Oh, he gets a little bit of a tap, but that's all right. Everybody's still okay. Everybody's still running. And they go down to Brussels. Let's see if he can get a little bit of a gap now. Edward Ryan making that move work.
That was a nice job.
Yeah, that was a nice job. I think that's job completed, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Edward Ryan for the move for P5 with 10 minutes left to go. Takes away P5 from Riley Guerrero. Pretty surprised that ACC's little timing board doesn't update. There we go. Now it updated it. There we go. Edward Ryan ahead. Oh, and then we got Fingen in the back in P18 with Neil Leader ahead of him and Julian Al just ahead of them as well with Edgar Garcia with a drive-through. So you know they're all going to pick up a free spot right now. Let's see if Fingen can get this move done here as he goes through the outside, just a little bit too outside.
Yep, been watching this one for a little bit because we've got this is probably the tightest train on track right now. And Garcia is going to have to dip at a certain point. He's only got so many laps to be able to serve that drive-through. I think it's 3 laps.
Oh, I smell an overtake.
What would you say an overtake smells like, Henry?
Success.
Success. Smells like success. I'll buy that. I will buy that.
You caught me off guard, sir, so I gave you the first thing that I thought of.
That was a good one. I put you on the spot, and you chose well. Smells like success. I love it. I love it.
Man.
Looks like Garcia went into the pits there to be able to serve his stop-go 30, and Julian, leader, Jen, all go through.
Mark Allen up on Mr. Beeson there. And then Cliff Heyman. Whoa. That was Brad Garman who just overtook there. Overtook Mark Allen. That beat up BMW is definitely a little bit slower than that of Brad Garman's. And then we go to Michael Santos, who's in P21. Santos in P21 trying to take P20 from Connor Farrell.
Right there, Alan, not having a good day. When the front of your car looks like that, you're having a rough time.
Yep, very rough. Steven
Very rough time.
Hellerin is in P37 and he's in the pit right now. I'm not sure if he's getting fixed or not. But then you got Josh Parker right now. He's fighting. He's fighting with Mr. Matt Moon. Yeah, I believe that's Mr. Matt Moon there. Nope. That was a blue flagger. Josh Parker and Matt Moon there. Yep, that.
This Meeks just had a yellow there. Let me go back 30 seconds.
Going back to the fight with P16 to 19. Oh, T Resonance with a drive-through in P18. So he's gonna get a drive-through, or he already has a drive-through. Yeah. And does he get the move done? Does Finjen get it done? He goes up on the inside. He goes on the inside. Let's see if he gets it done into Blanchemont. And he does, and it looks like Mr. Neil Leader has conceded the position, and now we got Finjen up into 16th.
Yeah, I thought better, but that is a tough, dangerous place to try to overtake.
Very, very dangerous. And there goes Resonance to go do his drive-through. 5 minutes left to go. And now Neil Leader is trying to defend from Luis Galvez. And Luis Galvez makes quick work of it as he goes up the inside, but can Neil keep it going up? Neil decides to back out and lets Luis take that position.
On board with our leader there in the pit for your viewing pleasure. Just out there by himself, 4.5 seconds ahead of Baum.
Ooh, I called him Bam.
Bam?
Yeah,
Bam. Bam. I like that better anyways. So sorry for saying it wrong.
Like,
Bam.
Bam. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bam. I like that.
Yeah. You get it.
If we're gonna make it, get it wrong, we might as well get it wrong in the best way. Bam.
Very true. Very true.
The chat, by the way, says that an overtake smells like a good burger. I like a good burger.
No,
Yeah.
I think he's talking about the movie Good Burger.
I really, because I think he's just talking about a good burger, you know. And I am a fan. All the different places that I travel to around the country, I always try to find those one-off burger spots. And I agree, Sir Riffius, it does kind of smell like a good burger. But you know why? Because a good burger smells like success.
Yeah.
Full circle. All right, cool.
Where he called now in P21, fighting Michael Santos there in the McLaren. Blanchimont, they go.
Blanchimont.
It's so fun to say that.
It is Blanchimont.
Okay, so he did say he is that old, but didn't even make that reference. He's too tired. So the good burger thing that I talked about was not what he was talking about.
He was just talking about a good burger.
Yeah, I lose again. Riley Guerrier now in 5th place, catching up to Edward Ryan. He's got it down to 4/10. Let's see if in the closing stages with 3 minutes left to go, we get something going here. Been a lot of overtakes today. A lot of mistakes, a lot of overtakes.
Yeah.
And then Anthony Lombardo just ahead there as he comes through the bus stop. Just chilling with a 5-second lead.
Yep. Just hanging on at this point.
And then back on to Riley Guerrier.
We have had some pretty good action today, which is exactly what we hoped for. I mean, we're down here in the last, you know, should be just about on the last lap in the last 2 minutes. We've had some crashes, we've had some drama, we've had some drive-throughs, we've had overtakes, we've had undercuts. You know, everything that Spa, you know, we've had big wrecks. Everything that, you know, Spa can produce is known for, you know, no disappointment. We've had a good race here today. I've been thrilled. Have you been thrilled, Henry?
I have been thrilled. This has been a ton of fun.
I knew you were thrilled. This has been thrilling.
Thrilling.
Ing, with the ing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, this is week 4.
Week 4. We're halfway at the end of this race. We're halfway through the season 14.
Yeah. Oh man, I was gonna go 30 seconds left in the timing. Take a look at where Anthony Lombardo's at. He is in, oh, he's about to enter Blanchimont. There you are, sir, with 11 seconds left to go. I don't know if he's going to get another lap. This might be his final lap with 5 seconds left. Can he cross the line to do another lap? I don't think he will. There you go. There is the race. And here is your race winner, Mr. Anthony Lombardo taking the win. And then John Bam closely behind in P2. And then Zach Watt taking it in P3, and Edward Ryan in P4, Riley Guerrier P5, Nolan Witt in P6, and then P7 Rob Warren, P8 Andrew I'm sorry, I forgot how to say his last name, but Andrew is closing up the ranks in P8.
Look at Lombardo there, giving us the flash of the lights. He's excited for his race win day spot. I would be too.
Way to go, Andrew. And then Vienna Ma coming through in P9. Cameron Beeson is now coming up. Cameron Beeson fighting Mr. Garmin, Brad Garmin, and he closes them out. Yes, he does. And then he saves it from the Porsche trying to steal him in. But it ended up being Brad Garmin in 10th, Cameron Beeson in 11th, Roger Dismukes in 12th, Cliff Heyman in 13th. And then we got Mark Allen, who's in 14th, Julian Owl in 15th, 16th is Luis Galvez, Connor Farrell there coming in 17th. And then you got Neil Leader in 18th. And then we got Michael Santos in 19th, Bingen in 20th, Corey Colt in 21st, Shane Lewis in 22nd, 23rd is Brian Banks. Ramon Lorenzo coming up now. He's in 24th. And then you have Mark Stearns, who's in 25th. Oh no, and there was a crash back there. Cesare crashed with Brad Charlin. Brad Charlin now in 26th. Matt Moon in 27th. And does Cesare come in now? Yes, he does. And then Emilio Garcia and Josh Parker got into a little bit of tussle there. But Emilio Garcia taking P29 and Josh Parker in P30.
Oh, you watched it in the replay there. It was actually Pizzuto that took a hip check, that went in deep, took a hip check, I think lost his brakes and just went straight through the bus stop right at the end.
We'll be right back. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. That was round number 4 at Spa, and that was Division 5. Spa. So
we had a spa day. That's what we had.
We did.
It was a spa day. Yeah. Who do, right? We deserve spa days too.
And now we're gonna go to stealing people from their places that they're at. First person is gonna be Anthony Lombardo, so we're gonna look for him first, and then we're gonna steal him from everybody without anybody knowing. Let's see if we can find Anthony Lombardo.
That's good info for you up and coming and hopeful podium winners. If you want to, be brought up for an interview, go hang out in Race Chat. We'll find you.
Oh, that's for sure. We'll find you for sure.
We will find you and we will drag you in.
I cannot find Anthony Lombardo, but I'm going to look for John Bam now because he was P2. John Bam, there he is. We're going to pull him in now. Let me drag him.
You can do it.
There's Mr. John Bam. John Bam, how you doing, sir?
Good. How's it going?
Good. Congratulations on P2. Tell us about your race.
Still sweating. That was intense.
They were all over you for a bit, weren't they?
They were, yeah. No, that was a lot of fun. Lombardo is an animal. I could not catch him. And then I backed out pretty much completely for last 5 laps or so. I felt the tires starting to go, and I was making some stupid mistakes, and kind of just settled into P2 at that point. But yeah, he had me outpace the entire race anyways, so kudos to him.
Tell us about your strategy, sir. What did you stick to your plan from before the race, or did you basically call an audible?
No, I mean, that was the plan. Pit about midway through, I felt pretty comfortable, and I was hoping I could beat Lombardo out of the pit. I think he came out, I think it was 2.1 seconds ahead of me. So I came close, but didn't work out. But yeah, no, that was pretty much the strat. I mean, I only had 2 days of practice. I've missed the last 2 races, just been traveling for work. I haven't been home for more than 4 days in the last 4 weeks, so only having 2 days to try to put it together was a little rough, but I'm overall happy with it.
That's good.
Yeah, gotta be happy with second place, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, great points.
And then did you have a moment in the race that was more or less, like, what was your most memorable moment in this race today?
So my first track limits warning set me straight.
Oh yeah.
So and I mean, I'm sure it happened to probably 90% of the field, but yeah,
we had a couple drive-throughs today. Yeah.
And oh my god, I was terrified of the drive-through, you know, because I mean, what's probably, I don't even know, how long does it take to really drive through that pit? I've never timed it, but I didn't want any part of it. That's all I know.
Yeah, we were talking about 2 minutes for your average pit stop, so it would be about the same for a drive-through stop and go 30.
Yeah, no thanks. So
it's almost a full lap. Yeah.
So glad it didn't happen. But yeah, no, that was kind of it for me. As soon as I got that first track limit warning, I was like, okay, need to focus up a little bit, see if I can keep it put together. But and then one, you know, kind of near miss coming at a turn 1, running down that straight. I didn't set up properly and just about lost it, but that was pretty much it. The rest of it, I felt I was pretty clean and consistent, minus those last couple laps where the tires were going.
Yep, this track will definitely, you know, eat them up. That is for sure. But, you know, even with your, as you were saying, limited practice and work and not being around, you were able to put down definitely a solid result.
I appreciate it. The track ate me up too. I'm drenched in sweat.
Sounds like you earned it. That's right on. That is great. I have one, you know, parting question, Henry, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
So we have problems here in the booth, in all the booths, occasionally with pronunciation. Queasy tries to put it straight the best he can and puts in a lot of work for that, and we still screw it up. So would you please tell us how it is that you pronounce your last name? Because at a certain point in the race, you can watch it in the replay yourself. We just finally settled on calling you Bam.
Dude, it's Bayham. But Bam is awesome. Yeah. Bam is actually what I got called going through basic training. Retired Air Force guy here, but yeah,
Air Force.
Yeah,
that's my TI locked into it basically from day one. Was like, I'm gonna call you Bam. So I've been called that off and on my entire life, so it works.
Those nicknames are great. When I went through Navy boot camp a long time ago, The Matrix was a popular movie, so as you imagine, I got called Mr. Anderson all the time.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you, so
Anderson.
Bam's pretty good. We're gonna keep calling you that then. I love it.
That's awesome.
Good
well, thanks.
Times.
Thanks for the chat. Shout out to my racing conglomerate, Vanquish guys.
Yeah.
Yep. Nick Razorson, Zodi Fade, Quentin Shatner, Max Stearns. Good luck to everybody and good racing this week. But yeah, thanks for bringing me up.
Anytime, buddy, and congratulations on the G2.
All right, thanks. Talk to you later.
Later, buddy. All right, and as we...
See, isn't it funny how some nicknames are just like, they just do themselves?
It's funny because if you really think about it, this whole booth was just full of veterans right now. We were just missing one branch of service.
Which one is that? Oh, those Army folks. That's right. Yeah. Well, chat, can we get some Army love in there? We know you're out there, our wonderful soldiers. Yes, indeed.
Now let's get Zach Watt in here. All right, Zach Watts, get in here, buddy. How you doing, Zach Watt?
How's it going?
Good, man. Congratulations on your P3. Tell us about your race.
Honestly, like, I was surprised to be up there at qual, up in second, and then just the first 25 minutes were crazy with Lombardo and Baham. Just, we were within, for the first 25 minutes, I was telling them too, like, we were all within a second to a half a second of each other, and so it was just intense the whole time. I made a little bit of mistake, backed off a little bit, lost it. And then come out of pits and we're all back up there again. Right at the end, I started losing it a little bit, started falling back, but luckily was able to kind of play a little defensive even with some slick tires. And I don't know, I've had some really bad luck this season because, like, on Coda, I was up there too, and then I blew my engine. Whoa. Yeah, so you guys were watching it, and you guys thought I ran out of fuel. I was in fourth place at the time, and yeah, my engine blew up. And it's the first time I've ever had that happen in ACC. Something happened, it the gear down, like I was downshifting off the long straight, and when I watched the replay, I all of a sudden went from fourth all the way down to first in like 2 seconds, so I skipped a gear. But yeah, I don't know, I've had some bad luck, just had some disappointing stuff on Indy and Snetterton, and just some bad luck, but you know, that's why our team is potato performance. I'm a potato racer, but you know, once or twice a year, even broken potato is a podium finisher, I guess, you know?
Yeah, you did great today.
No, it was a fun race. That beginning, like I said, Lombardo and Baham were great too. We were all super clean, but staying super close. We kept putting pressure on each other, and it was just scary on all ends.
Yeah, but it's the most fun you've had, right?
Yeah, no, it was great. Like, that intensity of just being right next to people the entire time, and just being up there and pushing with just people your pace, and like, sometimes when someone makes a minor mistake, you catch up to them a little bit, then you make a tiny mistake and it's a little bit different again. But no, it was a fantastic race. Like, everyone did great.
Great. And then tell us a little bit about your strategy. What were you thinking going in, and did you stick to it?
Yeah, so I wanted to be top 5 qual. I knew, and honestly, just from our practice race, like, I thought this is my first season in SRA, so I thought that Spa was going to be like everywhere else, like LFM or pubs or anything else, where everyone's quick at Spa, even if they're slow on every other track. But it was pretty even across the board for D5s. Like, there was a lot of even time, so I thought that was pretty nice. So I just wanted to get up top, make it through lap 1, and then just keep pushing. I knew that Lombardo and Baham were both fast, and but my goal is just to stay with them and keep up with them and just push where I had the advantages. And I was able to find certain spots where I was faster, and then certain spots they were faster, and just maintain and keep it clean.
That's what you got to do. That counts for way more points than I think some racers realize.
That was good. I think I pitted a little early because I thought I was kind of feeling it at the end. I don't know if my tire wear seems, and so I was like, at the end before my pit, I was feeling it. I was like, okay, I'll go in, and I should have about an even amount of tires at the end. But the last 2 laps, I was kind of feeling it. I should have went like a lap or 2 longer before I pitted.
That's great, man.
Well, still worked out for you, 3rd place, you know, and on the strength of, shall we say, potato power?
Potato power.
Yeah. Potato power.
Yes.
It's great because I didn't even think about it. I'm from Idaho, and I didn't even think about that when we picked our name. We were just thinking like potato gamers, like you're just a potato, and then it's like, but
yeah.
and then we thought about it afterwards when we like posted our press release in the chat because we didn't know about it before, and it was just funny.
Okay, so here's what we're now, as your commentary team, going to be expecting from you guys for next week. We want to see an update to your livery that says "Potato Power from Idaho." Come on.
That sounds great. We might have to try that. That sounds great, actually.
That would be awesome.
Because both of us are actually from Idaho, so it's great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's getting better.
Yeah.
Please do. That would be awesome. We'd love to see it. And, congratulations on your third place tonight. Staying out of trouble, well earned.
Thank you.
Yeah, buddy. Congrats. You want to say anything else before you get on out of here, sir?
No, just everyone had a great race. I think we kept it really clean, and I know that D5's been notorious for penalties this season, but overall, from what I could see, it wasn't as bad as some of our previous races. So I think everyone did a really good job.
There's going to be some penalties in there as you watch the replay, but I think y'all did better than last week, so it's an improvement. Wow. But Snetterton's hard. I mean, It is, but it's just good hard race, and then you're keeping it clean. But no, I think everyone did a really good job this week. Pretty good indeed.
Yes, sir. Have yourself a wonderful night, and we will see you back here for round number 5, Mr. Zach Watts.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, Zach.
And let us put him back into where we found him. If I remember where we found him, it was race chat 3 or something.
Back to the land of potato power, Idaho.
Yeah, potato power.
Oh man, I want to see that on livery idea.
That's gonna be legit. Great. All right, let's get Anthony. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Before we do that, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just going to say that I'm going to have to do some serious pip, like focusing on that if they do it. I promise. I will.
Yeah, we're going to have to do that for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right. And then last but not least, let us get Anthony Lombardo in here. Hopefully he's not saying anything bad, but Anthony Lombardo, you are here with us. Welcome and congratulations on your P1, sir. How are you doing?
Hey, man, I think I'm still shaking a little.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, then you earned it. We saw you flashing your lights there at the end. Awful, excited on that win, and congratulations.
I appreciate that.
So tell us about the race today. How did it turn out? How were you thinking it all played out? And
Man, I can't lie to you. It's a surprise to me. The P1 and qualifying was much surprising. Last night in the practice race, I think the best I could get out of it was P5, and even then there's a lot of good competition in the field. Coming up through Eau Rouge, that long straight, I mean the top 3 guys was at Watt and Bomb. We're within 1 second, half a second of one another for the first half of the race. So when they started pitting, it was just a matter of, whispering the tires and sweet talking those things. And then, of course, when I came out of the pit and, I think it was like P6, I got a little nervous, but then I started, seeing people fall off into the pit as well. So I knew at that point it was just sitting in the pocket, getting comfortable, finding that rhythm. And once I was able to do that, I felt pretty comfortable just keeping those tires in check. And P2, P3, they just kept falling back, and so at that point it was just kind of keeping composed.
Absolutely. I just wanted to mention here as I'm looking at the stuff, if you don't mind, Henry, that on the hot lap sheet for the week, you were only in 9th place, putting down a 2:19.775, and your fastest lap for the race was a 2:19.795. So you were definitely on pace with your fastest lap for the week. And even though they're, you know, being that 9 spots back, you can kind of look at it and go, oh, do I have the pace? But, you know, with consistency and a good pit strategy and luck of staying clean, you pulled off a win.
Yeah, I mean, Spa is it's just a game of consistency, really.
Yeah, it is one of those courses that it counts for a lot. You got to be brave. You know, going Eau Rouge, Radillon, Blanchimont. There's there's a lot. Frere. There's a lot of those corners that you got to be brave and consistent. You know, and I'd say that's the trick to this track in my experience, and I definitely have no shortage of laps at Spa. So you were able to pull that off today for sure, sir.
I appreciate that. Definitely looking forward to the week off. rest these bones a little.
Something else that I will mention is that you know, you had I didn't even realize until looking at the results now. First place as you were driving in a McLaren. You had 4 BMWs behind you, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place.
Yeah, the BMW does very well on Spa. Last night, Watt and myself, we battled pretty good a few times, had a little exchanges of paint. And so I was really nervous when we lined up, you know, P1, P2, because, I mean, he's an excellent driver. So it was just kind of one of those things where if I could pull away, maybe allow him and Bomb to, you know, kind of battle it out while I just, you know, take advantage of the clean, then I could probably just kind of extend that lead a little bit, and it kind of paid off.
Well, it is all about how, you know, learning your own car. I won my only championship in the BMW N4. I did 3 seasons in the McLaren 720. You get used to the, you know, to the rig that you're in, and learn to get the most out of it. And but yeah, there are some tracks that different cars are just stronger at. I was actually expecting to see more McLarens towards the top for this particular race, because Spa is one of those races where the mid-corner speed of the McLaren just kind of, you know, allows it to shine here. You were obviously able to make the most of that.
Yeah, it feels good. Brad and I, we've been contemplating changing the car. We've been in the McLaren now for what, 3 or 4 seasons. We actually almost went to the BMW for season 14, but we decided to stick with the McLaren one more time so we could pull out of it, and then you know, potentially move to either the BMW or the Mustang for the next season. But we'll see what happens.
And then can you tell us a little bit about your strategy, like what went into it, like what you were thinking about it, like from the beginning? Like, did you stick to your plan, or did you have to change it up from the get-go?
I mean, to be transparent, I didn't really have a plan. As soon as I realized that I was going to be P1, it's really just kind of seeing what the rest of the field's going to do throughout the race, in terms of pit times, who's trying to go for the undercut. And as soon as I saw the guys behind me, Watt and Bomb and all those guys, start pitting, I knew I felt really comfortable with the car. You know, around the 28 minute mark, the tires still felt pretty good. I was skating a little bit, but it was manageable. So I knew if I could pull out a couple more laps, then I should be all right to just kind of extend that lead a little bit. And at that point, I'd say probably halfway through the race, that's when the strategy actually kind of created itself, which was just, you know, half fresh tires. I knew my tires were going to be the best out there on the front half of the grid. So as long as I could kind of keep my composure around the corners. I had a few mistakes, few track limit warnings, but all in all, I think just the tires allowing me to kind of get the most out of the McLaren. You know, during that home stretch, I was able to kind of pull it out there.
That's really great, man. That's really great to hear. And then I just want to say congratulations on your win again, sir. And then just if you have anything else to say before you get on out of here, sir.
Big shout out to obviously my teammate Brad, the whole league, D5. I know we've had a rough start this season, almost kind of a meme division at this point, but I got high hopes for the division for the remaining of the season. But yeah, all the drivers out there, D5, big shout out to D6. Those are my homies out there. And of course, obviously SRA for, consistently putting on a nice, well-ran league. And of course, you guys, excellent commentary.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And SRA does do a pretty good job of keeping the racers clean, classifying us properly, by and large, getting us into close racing, which is really what makes it fun, and why people show up and why people stay. And thanks for calling that out for sure.
Always.
All right, sir. Congratulations again, and then we will send you back down into the room that you came from. I think that was D5 race chat.
You can send me wherever. I think I'm going to sleep now.
There you go. Shower in bed. You earned it.
All right, so congratulations again.
Take care.
All right, Matt, let's get on out of here. Well, actually,
yeah. Send me back where I came from. Jeez.
Yeah, me too, right? I'm gonna
send you back.
Race chat. Go back to your race chat.
You go back. You won your race. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
You're so mean, Andrew.
Hey, I wasn't trying to be mean. I'm trying to be nice. How dare you?
No, you're nice. You're always nice. Good stuff.
Oh man.
So yes, another great race at Spa. Exciting. We got everything that we asked for, I think, here tonight. Great interviews after, great commentary here. Always fun being in the booth with you, boss.
Yeah, it's always fun being here with you too, man. It was good times. But before we get out of here, calendar time.
Calendar.
Round 5. 5-6. That's in 2 weeks.
What? Yeah. Do we get a week off?
I think we get a week off. Yeah, right. I think.
Yeah.
Oh man, hold on. Let me make sure. I can't make sure.
I am making sure for the both of us.
It's 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks. Wow. We get 2 weeks off?
Wow. So this is.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, it's like our little spring break.
Yeah, and then they bring us. Do we? Wow. Look at that. And they bring us back after Cinco de Mayo? Mean.
Yeah. Can you?
So
mean.
mean.
I don't think you expect me, especially me, to come back after Cinco de Mayo.
We might both be hungover still on the 6th.
Exactly.
That is gonna be a rough commentary. But yeah, so 2 weeks off for all of everybody, and that'll be all of us racers will probably need that time going into a wet Hungaroring, which can be a challenging course in the dry. So that is certain to be exciting. So please come back and watch that race with us on May 6th.
Yes, sir. May 6th. We will see you here. I will send it off to the sponsors. Anything else from you, Matt, before we get on out of here?
Yes, one more thing. Bam!
Yes.
Bam!
Oh man, good times.
We're out.
Well, thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. That was round number 4, Division 5, Season 14. SRA. Get on out of here. We're out. Later.